we need to re-up on another glass. Jeez, why did I dig the cork so low? Ooh, ow. Because this one's gonna be a serious one. Oh yes, it is. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Those of you who are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Today we are going to be doing a story time of one, yes, and my darling innocent. Technically I wasn't found innocent, but innocent, loving self caught her felony. Yes, y'all, I caught a felony. I was kind of hesitant on making this video. It's a bit personal. It's near and dear to my heart because it's not the most glamorous of stories to share, but I figured with the times that we are in, with racial inequality, injustices that we are experiencing, the Black Lives Matter movement, the whole shebang, I figured, okay, why not make this video? Maybe this can resonate with somebody and they can get a better understanding as to a different side of what society, the news, and what naysayers have to say about, you know, a certain demographic. Before we jump right into the story time, I'm gonna need y'all to do me a quick little favor and go right ahead and like this video. Subscribe to the gang. Why wouldn't you want to join? Don't prolong your enjoyment. Subscribe. Okay, so let's just jump right in. So I want to say this was year 2015 because this situation happened when I was, yes, it was 2015 because I was 24 at the time. I'm 29 now. It was a good 5 years ago. And I had just went through my 1,000,010th breakup with my ex. You know, me and my ex-girlfriend, we were always on and off. I was just going through it. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I couldn't think. I didn't have an appetite. I couldn't eat. I couldn't work properly. I was just drowning in sorrow from this breakup. I remember one night in particular, it was a Friday night. Like I said, I was going through it, emotions on 10. I called up my cousin just to respect her privacy. Let's just switch up her name. Let's say my cousin's name is Lisa. So I call up my cousin Lisa and I'm like, girl, I cannot stop thinking about, I'm wondering if she's thinking about me. And my cousin was like, girl, you need to get your mind off of it. Hit the town up, turn up, distract yourself and get your mind off of the situation. At the time, a voice in my mind was telling me, no, I feel like I should just stay home and just deal with the emotions head on. But the other side of your mind is like, just go out, she's right, you need to go out, you need to get your mind off of it. Boom. I bought myself a cute little bottle for the pregame situation that I had with myself. I'm like looking through my closet, I'm like, oh, this is cute. Ooh, pulled out this dope ass little tight little number. I was like, okay, we gonna rock this. Gonna kill the town and kill the game tonight with this dress, bitch. Oh, you know, you hyping yourself up. And then, you know, my cousin came through looking hot herself. I'm like, okay, bitch, looking good, bitch, okay. We call a cab because, you know, we're gonna be drinking that night. Drinking and driving, we don't play that. We hop in the cab, we get to the club. The club's vibes were popping. Music was good. Mad people up in that joint, sipping, having a good time. We saw a couple of friends that, you know, we're friends with that were there too. Next thing you know, we have a little girls group going. And in my mind, I'm like, this is just what I needed to get my mind off of so-and-so. You know, guys are buying us bottles by the boatload. And when I say bottles, I'm talking about bigger than this. You know the Hennessy bottles that you can hold by the cork area? It's like a gallon Hennessy bottles on deck like that. So you know me. So at this point, everyone's lit, everyone's having a good time. Slid my number to a couple of cuties. And boom, club's over, everyone's outside. You know, like the after the club situation where everyone's like chilling in front of the club, trying to, you know, holla at that chick that you were eyeing in the club, but you didn't have an opportunity to like spit game to her. Or you see a fella over there and you're eyeing him like, or you know, you're trying to situate a after party situation. Me and my cousin Lisa had gotten been invited to an after hour situation. Now, I have never been one for after parties. My last ounce of pure party energy has worn out. That night in particular, something kept telling me, don't go, you're good. But my cousin Lisa,
come on, let's go. Like, you don't even worry, it's early, it's only 2 a.m. Like, only be there for like an hour.
I'm like, all right, fine. I was a dumb ass. We get in the cab, we pull up to the after hour. The cab drops us off. I'm kind of hesitant. We get in there. I'm already assessing the room. Lit or not, I will assess the room. The living room situation, when you first walk in, everyone's kind of just chilling, vibing, relaxing. And I'm like, okay, it's a pretty chill vibe. No one's being loud. And it was a nice house. It was a relatively big house. It smelled good. It was clean. So I'm like, oh, we good. So my cousin spots a group of friends that she's friends with, and she immediately starts talking to them. And I'm the type of person where it's like, if I'm like in good vibes, I don't really need to piggyback on anybody. Like, I could hold it down on my own. So I'm like, let me go to the kitchen. There was a hookah situation going on, so I grabbed myself a little hookah piece, attach it, doing a hookah, having a good time, making new friends, conversing with some pretty dope people. You know, I'm like, okay, this is a cool little after hour. It's chilling. And then out of nowhere, you hear ruckus. You hear,
yo, fuck you, I fucking hate you, fuck you and your bitch.
and I'm thinking, ugh, who the hell is like causing all this ruckus? Like, why would they kill the vibe like this? So I start scanning the room. Where's my cousin at? So I move from the kitchen. I start making my way towards the front where she was with her friends. I don't see her. I go towards the bathroom and I just see my cousin swinging on some dude. I'm like, what the fuck? You were the one causing this fucking ruckus? I'm grabbing my cousin. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Calm down, relax. Pulling her off of this guy. I look up to take a really good look at who the guy was. It's her ex-boyfriend, who showed up with the chick that he had cheated on my cousin with. And she reacts. And then the owner of the party is like,
you guys gotta go, get the fuck out. We don't want no problems, we don't want no drama.
and I'm like, say less. You ain't gotta tell me twice. Completely understand. I tell my cousin, stop acting up, shut the fuck up, let's go. When we leave, we're walking down the street to catch a cab. The whole time walking down the street, I'm yelling at this girl. I'm like, what the fuck was that, sis? What are you doing? She's like,
He's so disrespectful, bringing her. I did everything for him, and he has the audacity to go and gallivant around this city with this new chick, and he cheated on me with her.
and I'm like, okay, sis, I completely understand the rage. There's nothing compared in this world to a woman's rage. Nothing compared. So I get it. It doesn't mean that it's right. Anyway, we're walking down the street to catch a cab. Out of nowhere, you hear people screaming down the street. And I look back and I see like a whole army of women walking down the street. I'm like, they look like they're coming for us. They look tight as fuck. So it turns out the girl that my cousin's ex-boyfriend is now in cahoots with, she had a lot of friends within that after hour party. Just our luck. They are walking with vengeance. I get into survival of the fittest mode, and I tell my cousin, I'm like, take off your heels, take off your shoes.
We don't have to handle business right now.
So we take off our shoes, they approach us, had a little exchanging of words with my cousin. Next thing you know, one of the girls swing on my cousin and they start scrapping. I charge who punched my cousin, and someone charged me. Next thing you know, like, she's on me, I'm scrapping with her. After all the females came for us, some of the dudes from the party decided, we want in on this action. They started manhandling me and my cousin, like, for their homegirls to get fair blows. And I'm like, let me go. Like, what the hell? Let me go. Like, why you holding me? Because you know I'm whooping ass. Tearing up that ass. Like, the way I learned how to fight is my mom is like, no matter what they do, no matter how bad they are whooping your ass, you better never stay down. You better always pop back up. Always pop back up, pop back up. I keep popping back up. I'm handling my business. For all those dudes out there who held me and my cousin back while all these other chicks were swinging on us, y'all are bitches. We were just getting manhandles from both females and males. Not a fair fight if you ask me. But that's just me. Like, looking back on it, I'm like, can't believe I was in that situation. Yo. Anyways, the cops pull up and everyone freezes. I'm like, fuck. Everyone at the party was like, she came up in here and she was acting crazy towards my cousin. The cops were like, okay, we're gonna take you in. Okay guys, this is the part of the story where it gets a little bit sensitive. Let's just carry on. So they're in the process of arresting my cousin, and at that point, like, listen, I'm ready to die for you, but sis, you kind of like brought it upon yourself. Let's do a re-up because this part of the story, sis, it's not pretty. Back to the story. I'm standing not next to them while they're doing the arrest, but I'm like close by. We all know how these cops be doing sometimes. Sometimes they be a little unethical, a little abusing of the authority, a little feeling of empowerment. So, you know, I'm keeping a close eye, and at this point I notice while they're cuffing, her dress is riding up. So I'm like, sir,
Can she put down her skirt, or can I put down her skirt?
Politely, I kid you not. I'm like,
can I put down her skirt?
and he's like,
Back up.
and I'm like,
Her skirt is riding up.
you can see the crevice of her. So I'm like,
Can I please put her skirt down?
he's like,
Back up. Back up.
I'm like,
Her whole is out. Like, bro, what the hell?
I was standing there feeling like, I don't feel like this is right. The way he was manhandling her, the fact that her area is being shown and there is so little regard for it, felt like violating to me as a woman, but also violating, like, that's my family member. Like, that feeling of helplessness and feeling like there's nothing you can do to fix this situation. You just know that this whole situation is wrong. That will make you feel helpless. Like, that will make you feel so weak, and just, it's not a good feeling. It's like the entire party is viewing this arrest like this. Damn, they ain't gotta do her like that though. They felt bad for her, and these are the faces of those that we were just brawling with in the street. So I get frustrated and I get into his face. Let's pretend his face is right here, and I'm like,
Can I please put her skirt down?
and he gets in my face and he's like,
You back up. Unless you want to go too.
I step back, and I'm just like infumed with like the situation, like how they're abusing their authority, with just feeling helpless. Like, and I cracked him, punched him straight in the dome. And his partner tackled me literally a millisecond right after. Like, damn, that was fucking quick. He was over there like trying to calm down the crowd, trying to like calm everyone down. It was so quick, I don't even know how he did it. And next thing you know, he tackles me. I'm on my stomach, have my hands behind my back. I got scraped up real bad. Next thing you know, me and my cousin are sitting there with our handcuffs in the back of a cop car. Woo child, oh my god. So, you know, I'm sitting in the cop car thinking, what the fuck just happened? Did that just really happen? Like, I really just punched him in the face. And then shortly after being detained in the back of the cop car, the cop that I had cracked in the jaw started saying rude things to me, which I will leave out of this video because I don't even want to repeat those type of words out of my mouth. We're not doing that. And then that moment of where I was just regretting cracking you in the jaw, my dude, you left me sitting there completely proud and uplifted that I got to crack a cop. So we ride down to the police station, they book us, and a whole night in jail. I got charged with assault on a police officer. I definitely got smacked with the big one because I guess I laid down the most damage. Do I regret it? Yeah. I can say that I regret it to a certain degree, but at the same time, to another degree, absolutely not. I will say is that it's definitely not no joke having a type of felony on your record. Repercussions in which you have to deal with after, they're not pretty at all. Let me be the first one to tell you. That situation really shaped me up and kind of pulled me together a little bit with like the decisions I make, and like myself kind of giving me the answers as to which decision I should be making, and I need to listen to them. I basically just wanted to share this video with y'all because I do want to spread awareness on how sometimes there could be a level of abuse to the authority in which some do have. There's just a certain level of protocol that is not being followed, and that is not okay because that's costly and that's very detrimental to someone's life. You know, I did take that moment to take a step back and realize you're lucky that you got to walk away from that situation. Police brutality is a real thing, you know, one step at a time. I guess I'm sorry it wasn't like the most juicy or, you know, scandalous type story time, but it's a real story time, and this shit is real. We're going to wrap this up. If you like the story time, then you should like the video. I think it only makes sense. Also, don't forget to go right ahead and subscribe. Like I say in almost all my videos, it is always cool vibes here. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. You can follow me. The heck, my camera keeps dying, and I had to charge it for 2 seconds to put it right back on. To continue to say, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That's at natural.native, and that is native with 2 I's. That's 4, sis. Instagram is my thing. I'm always on there. I post daily, so if you don't catch me here, you can definitely find me over there. Okay, if you made it this far and you're like watching me like say this to you right now, then I appreciate you and thank you so much for tuning in. I will check y'all out in the next video. Okay.